Welcome to Monday, welcome to Countdown Day, and today is a topic that again has been long requested for me to do. So I said, hey, why not get around to it now? And it will be the top 10 Transformers upgrade kits. There's a whole bevy, a whole history of upgrade kits for various Transformers. But what are the top 10 out of them all, past, present, and a couple maybe even in the future that haven't been released yet? We're going to find out together based on the fan vote in the latest GotBot Counts Down. Hey one, hey all, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe, and while you are at it, light 'em up, baby. Hit that notification bell, please. Helps me out a ton, lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that's in the description down below, also in the description down below. And if you happen to be in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon, see what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. So, as I said, this is the top 10 upgrade kits for various Transformers, right? It didn't matter the era, it didn't matter the line, it was what one you thought was the one best kit. I have my own thoughts on it too. I'll touch on that when we get to the end. The honorable mentions this time around include DNA Designs DK19, which I believe is probably one of the Scorponok upgrade kits. DK51, which is the upgrade kit for Nova Prime. That's gotten an excellent name. Non-F's Paddles upgrade. The Paddles upgrade is meant, I believe, to go on Studio Series Sludge, to turn Sludge into paddles, if I'm not mistaken. That was a good one. That one had a nice bit of support. Not enough to rank, but a nice bit of support. And the DNA Design, I guess, Megatron arm with cannon for use with the 86 Optimus Prime. I don't even know if that's actually out yet, which I said earlier, like something future that might not be out yet. So I'm not sure if that's actually out yet, but anyone who's a fan of Skybound would really like to have that Megatron arm to go on Optimus. So DK19, DK51, the non-F Paddles upgrade, and the DNA Design Megatron arm for 86 Optimus Prime. Those are the 4 honorable mentions. They did well, but they didn't do well enough to rank. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to do as we always do, and we're going to kick things off with number 10 first. Kicking us off at number 10, we have this. It is DNA Designs upgrade for the Legacy Animated Optimus Prime. And what a great upgrade this is. It gives Optimus technically a trailer. It gives him wings. It gives him higher feet. It gives him a lot of stuff that basically turns him into like a, I guess like a version of like a, almost like a Jetwing Optimus, or like a God Ginrai type of upgraded Optimus. I have heard that this was going to actually be used kind of as a model in the show. I don't recall ever seeing it, so I don't think it actually made it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. It's been quite a while since I've seen it animated. But I don't really recall this being part of his upgrade. That said, it is fantastic. It looks seamless on him. And you know what? If you're in for animated Optimus, as far as I'm concerned, to add that value and make him the best Optimus that you could have for the animated line, yeah, get the DNA Design upgrade kit, because it just adds that much more. And it's so good that fans ranked it at the number 10 slot. Coming in at number 9, it's almost a bit of a cheat with this. It is Perfect Effects PC16, and it's really its own, I suppose you could see it as its own figure, as its own character. However, it is meant to be an upgrade for the Titans Return, actually I think the Takara version maybe, Titans Return Power Master Optimus Prime. Specifically, I think the Takara version, because the reds and the blues on the Perfect Effect one really match more of a Ginrai type of thing. And for those that might not know or don't remember, the kind of Power Master Optimus Prime / Ginrai was an all-in-one, where the cab wasn't a separate thing and he was kind of turned into a headmaster. And the headmaster was supposed to be the little Ginrai and stuff, basically, right? Or Haikyuu if you buy into Power Master Optimus Prime. If you actually know the Japanese fiction, you know that Ginrai is a little Power Master engine. That would have been PC15, which is also a great little kit. But the cab itself is its own kind of deluxe size character. That's what this creates, so that the cab, without having to be upgraded to like a Super Ginrai or a full-on Power Master Optimus Prime, could just be an Optimus. It gives you that character. And it was also painted in white to be used with the Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus, so you could have the white Magnus without him having to be all upgraded. There was also a new kind of chest adapter piece for this, which I actually really like because I think it was a little more accurate than what Takara gave us. I'm saying Takara because I'm thinking back, I don't think it actually works for some weird reason, probably because of the way the chest or something is with the Power Master Optimus. Or if it does, it looks off because the reds are off. It's something about that that's weird. I ended up personally getting this set and using it with the, I'm going to say the Magnus Prime that was like the Japanese use, but it came in like a 5-pack, like a Rage over Cybertron or some nonsense like that. It is an add-on that I think was necessary if you know God, or if you know Ginrai, Super Ginrai, and God Ginrai. I think that this was an important add-on to have, just to make it a little more fuller representation of the character. Enough fans feel the same way that PC-16 took the number 9 slot. Number 8 is an oldie but a goodie with this. It is the Fans Projects Protector Armor Parallax, I think it was, that went on the Classics Hot Rod and turned Hot Rod into Rodimus. Now, over the years, a lot of people have praised this one and said, hey, it gave you a bigger Hot Rod, or a Rodimus, if you will, that seemed more Voyager-esque. It gave him a trailer, which was great, and most people say it stayed on really well and gave him pretty excellent articulation, all things considered. But I have heard some people say, it didn't stay on as well as people claim it stays on. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it was a difference in a second run. I don't know if it was like a bad run or a few bad copies, or kind of what the going feeling is of the solidity of the set. But I do know that the fans that voted for it said what I just said. It made him taller and bigger, it gave him better articulation and was solid, and it gave him a trailer because it was an opportunity for us to have a full-on Rodimus Prime, while still being able to leave the armor off and retain a separate Hot Rod. I get the appeal, and there was a time when I absolutely thought about getting it myself. Then Power of the Primes happened and I got that, regrettably. And of course now we have the Kingdom one, which I think is fantastic. But there are still those collectors out there that praise this set enough that they still use it as their version of Rodimus Prime. Who am I to argue with the voters? They placed this set at the number 8 slot. Coming in at number 6, we have, I think, this. So this is kind of funny. It's the Jinbao 2.0 Devastator. Apparently it's like an upgrade kit that's for use with their Devastator that makes it more G1 accurate and whatnot. And it's funny because when we looked at third-party combiners, I actually used a picture of the Jinbao, and a lot of people said, yeah, that's the version with the upgrade kit. I'm not going to lie, I don't really know this upgrade kit. I don't really know what it adds. So while I'm right here right now, why don't we actually see if I can find what it is. I haven't had luck with this. Jinbao Devi upgrade. That's right, we're doing this live right now. Yeah, okay, so it looks like it looks like it's gonna give some filler bits, a new torso, lower legs, knees, the chest, new head, the strengthening kit, it's called the strengthening kit. It also gives him the Parallax head and the drill bits and whatnot. I see the appeal of this. I understand why people would go for this. Yeah, I've heard excellent things about the Jinbao. Why not upgrade it? And if it's an upgrade also made by Jinbao, how much more perfect can you get when the company that made the thing also made the upgrade? Who am I to argue with the voters? This takes the number 7 slot. Coming in at number 6, we have this. It is the DNA Design Black Zarek upgrade kit. Now, to be fair, there were a number of people who wanted to vote for the Scorponok set. And I said, aren't there like 3 Scorponok sets? So many of them ended up saying, you know what, you're right, and they're all valuable. There was an all-in-one version of the set that came out for Black Zarek, so I'm going to vote for Black Zarek. So you know what, technically, this is Black Zarek because it's the all-in-one set, but you can also really apply it to the totality, if you will, of the Scorponok sets. I love Black Zarek. I love Scorponok. I don't have any of these sets, but I understand the appeal and the value. Are they pricey? Of quite. Do they add value? Absolutely. In both cases, both for Black Zarek and for Scorponok. And you can look right here in the picture and see everything that's added, from the blaster, the new shield, right down to the scorpion legs and fillers near the ankles. It has everything that you could want to take your Scorponok or your Black Zarek from fantastic to ultra fantastic. And it takes the number 6 slot. And now a hush falls over the crowd because we've reached the ever coveted, ever popular halfway mark. And at the halfway mark we have this. That's right, it is the Dreamwave, I think it's called, upgrade kit for Volcanicus. And you know what? It gives a new kind of chest piece that fills out the lanky torso, a new pelvis piece, it gives new feet, it gives new hands, it gives great big swords that I think can actually now go on the back. It gives smaller swords to each of the Dinobots. It's a fantastic set that really takes I'm not into Dinobots combining, so I was never a huge Volcanicus fan, but it takes I'll say a mediocre combiner and really bulks it up and fills it out so that it feels like a proper Dinobot combiner. The Dinobots are big and bulky. Volcanicus should be the same, and this set adds that value. And a lot of people also say, look, not only does it bulk them out, but once it's on, it's a really stable, solid set. That's what the fans say. Again, as I've said before, who am I to argue? The Dreamwave Volcanicus set takes the number 5 slot. Into the top 4, and at number 4 we have what many people, and I don't know if this is true, but a lot of people that voted for this said that they believed this to be the first upgrade kit ever. I don't know if that's true, but it's this. It is the Fans Project TFX, I think it is, City Commander. And it took Classics White and Blue Ultra Magnus from the Optimus mold and gave him a trailer, and the trailer could come apart and it became armor to make him the Ultra Magnus that we know and love. This was before Combiner Wars, this was before a lot of third-party options, this was before MP and all of that. And when the White Ultra Magnus came out, a lot of people said, that's just like the cab of Magnus, it's not really Magnus. And Fans Project saw an opportunity to add this set. Now, it's very bulky, its articulation is somewhat limited. Some people have said it's not the most solid thing in the world, it displays well, but it's pretty common for parts to kind of come loose or fall off. You can do some fixes for some of it though, if you want to. It has probably not aged well, but at the time, it was considered one of the kind of best things you could get to really make that Ultra Magnus a true Ultra Magnus. It added the forearms, it added the shoulders and the shoulder pylons, it added the lower legs and feet to add height and bulk, the whole chest, it added the whole thing so that the White Cab Magnus became a full-on Magnus. All thanks to one Fans Project set. It was successful enough that it ranks at the number 4 slot for best upgrade kit of all time. Coming in at number 3 we have this. It is the Perfect Effect PC01 upgrade kit for Superion. Now to be fair, some people said the hand and feet kits for Perfect Effect. That's just general because they've done tons of these hand and feet kits for a number of the Combiner Wars combiners. The nice thing is these can kind of be manipulated in such a way that they can be carried by the individual bots as like cannons or blasters or whatever, and then be turned into hands and feet. Well, because some people were so generic with it, though we did have specific votes for the Bruticus set, and we did have specific vote for, I want to say the Abominus set. But if people were just generic, I threw it all in the one that started it all, the first set that started it all, which was Perfect Effect 01. An okay set, I never got them, I never saw the need, I was fine with the hand-foot cannon piece from Combiner Wars, but I know a lot of people bought all of these sets, and even multiples of them to use with their combiners, saying that they liked the stability of the foot and the ankle articulation and the mobility of the hands and fingers, which I understand, though I didn't like that the fingers were all the same length. It seemed unnatural and spindly and bony to me, but I understand the popularity of it, and I understand how it can incorporate nice and seamlessly as, you know, blasters or cannons or whatever as well. I totally understand it. Love Perfect Effect. I didn't particularly need this set for my combiners, but I remember when Combiner Wars came out how popular and how much of a gold mine these sets were for Perfect Effect. PC01 or its subsequent releases for other combiners takes the number 3 slot. Coming in at number 2, we go way back in time with this. It is the G3, I think it was Fans Project as well, trailer to go with Classics Optimus Prime, and it gave you a roller that I think could actually go mounted on blasters for more firepower. I think the roller was blue. It had, of course, the line going down it. I'm not sure if this was the trailer where the like sides could like almost turn around, and it was supposed to be like invisible because they were like mirrored or something. It was supposed to be like Optimus's trailer goes invisible when he's in robot mode. That might have been this one. I can't recall for sure. It also had the ability to attach the City Commander armor to it if you wanted to also drag that around behind it as well. It was huge. It was big. It was hefty. It was bulky. And it was a trailer. A trailer. So your Classics Optimus could be a proper Optimus. Again, much like the City Commander set, this one felt kind of quintessential and at the time, sort of necessary. It was excellent then, and you know what? The Classics Optimus is still excellent now, and that trailer is still excellent to this day, and it takes the number 2 slot. And now here we are, very tippy top number 1, and number 1 I really can't argue with. Honestly, number 1 would have been in the running for possibly my vote, if I voted, because it's this. It is the DNA Design upgrade kit for Menasor, for the Legacy Menasor. Now, I told you guys before, I detested the Legacy Menasor. I found it wobbly, I don't find it solid, I find it top heavy, and it likes to fall over. I know a lot of people like the skeletal structure and stuff. I don't like it. But I can say that I was lucky enough to be able to add the DNA Design set to it. And I said in the review for that, it completely changes the guy. It extends the cab of Motormaster. It makes the combiner with the bigger feet way more solid and able to stand much better. It takes what, for me, was not a great Menasor. I know it's popular, I just wasn't a fan of how it turned out, which is why I haven't gotten in on the Superion myself. But it takes a combiner that I really didn't like that much and makes it 10 times better. I understand why the voters voted for this set. I absolutely do. And it adds so much, right down to the really cool, huge sword. And now you even have the option to get the one that goes with the regular release or the box set release, slightly colored. And I do like that the box set release one has a chest that can actually go on Motormaster now. Nice touch. The DNA Design Legacy Menasor upgrade kit takes the number 1 slot. And that's 10 down to 1 once again. Other ones that had votes include the PC-18 upgrade kit for God Ginrai. Gives some stabilizers on the heel and bigger wings, and I think a new sword and some other doodads like that. The Perfect Effect 06 Devastator upgrade kit for the combined mode of Devastator. The Perfect Effect 07 upgrade kit, which, much like the Menasor, would have been the other one that would have been in the running for my vote. Here we are 10 years later, and I don't feel a need to get the 86 Constructicons because I still feel like my Combiner Wars ones with the Perfect Effect PC-07 set to upgrade the Constructicons is still about as ideal of a Devastator as I could want. Proportions of wide load notwithstanding. The Toy Hacks Wheelmiss Prime upgrade kit, the DNA Design Legacy Vector Prime upgrade kit, the iGear head for Ironhide, I don't even remember that, the DNA MPM Ironhide upgrade kit, the, gosh, what else do we have here? The Toy Hacks Gartan turns Wreck-Gar into Zartan, apparently. The DNA Design Beast Wars Silverbolt, I guess it's the Legacy United one, Beast Wars Silverbolt upgrade kit. The DNA Design Power of the Primes Predaking upgrade kit. Let's see, the Make Toys Mobine Armor, I don't know what that's for. The DK15 from DNA Design upgrade kit for Jetwing Optimus to go with Studio Series 44 Optimus. DK62, that's the Transformers 1, I think Orion upgrade kit. DK56 for Animated Motormaster, we talked about on the list, the Animated Optimus kit. In Motormaster colors, works just as well. Let's see, the upgrade kit for 86 Grimlock from DNA Design, the SND Nova Prime upgrade kit to go with Battlecore Optimus Prime, the Non-F trailer upgrade kits to go with the Earthrise Optimus, or the Nemesis Prime for that matter, DNA Design DK02 for Fort Maximus, and DK04 or 04M for Titan Fortress Maximus or Metroplex to give him ankle tilt. Those and even more. Did your favorite Upgrade kit, make the list or not. I appreciate you guys coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring. Or of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you're at it, hit the subscribe button. Stick around and have some fun with us here on the channel. And don't forget, not for a moment, not for a second, that you right there, you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights at the stop motion premieres or the old-fashioned way, right here inside the videos.